Howdy gang, Jeff from G's Gear, knocking out some demos today of guitars that we're about to add to the shop at G's Gear at reverb.com. And we have a really cool, funky little guitar that is not going to break the bank, but it's going to give you some really great tonal options here. This is branded as a holiday guitar, but this is a Harmony H15 BobKat, made in 1966, and the Holiday brand was one that was put on these guitars to be sold through the Alden's department store chain, which I think was a Midwestern concern back in the 50s and 60s. So it's an H15 BobKat, and it's a small-bodied, solid-body guitar with twin DeArmond gold foil pickups on it. And everything about this guitar is absolutely stock for an instrument that is approaching 50 years old. Or is that approaching 60 years old? Wow, sorry gang, 60 years old. It's in great shape. There are nicks and dings on it. Let me rephrase that. There are surface scratches on it. There's really not much in the way of dings. There's no real loss of finish or anything like that. There are a couple little marks on it here and there, but it plays like butter, you know, as they say. It plays like a dream, and has only one little quirk about it, which we'll get into in a few minutes. So construction-wise, it appears to be a maple body and a maple neck with an ebonized maple fretboard. In other words, when the neck was cut, the fretboard profile was just left flat. There's not a second fretboard that's been added to it. And what was there was stained to give it an ebony kind of a look. But I believe that it is entirely maple all the way through. It's got a quick action, a 3/64 of an inch on the 12th string, and 1/16 of an inch 3/64 of an inch on the 12th fret of the low E string, and 1/16 on the 12th fret of the high E string. You can reach every fret on the fretboard all the way up and down, so it's a very comfortable guitar to play. It's got more of a baseball bat kind of a neck, so blues type players are really going to enjoy that grip that you get on these things. And ultimately what this is it's a vehicle for DeArmond gold foil pickups. These are the same gold foils that would appear on a Harmony Meteor that would be, in today's market, a $2,200 to $2,400 guitar. And here, on a guitar for under $700, or in that $700 range, you can get a pair of them. They work perfectly. I'll give you a sense of some tonal range here. This is just our neck pickup. I don't want to blow out the microphone here. But there's a nice clean range. There's no pops, hisses, or anything like that. And there's a very wide tonal range in that tone control. It actually gets a little bit bright if you drive it all the way up, but if you back it off a little bit, it's a great bluesy sound. down to the bridge pickup. Similarly, we have a wide range of tone. Very wiry, almost like a surf guitar. Kind of a feel to it. Nice bite to those pickups. And I'm just running this through my trusty Ampeg Reverber Rocket, and I've got everything really dialed back, including the tone. Wow, I've got the tone control on this set at like 2. I'm going to bring that up to 5, midpoint. And now this thing should really squawk. Great pickups. These are great rock and roll pickups. If you go into just the neck pickup and roll off the tone control, you can play jazz on something like this. But this is meant for rock and roll. Mid-1960s British invasion. This is the sound of Chicago garage bands of that era. Okay, so I said there's a quirk about this guitar. We go over the stuff with a fine-tooth comb, and I personally spent hours looking at the wiring harness of this guitar. There is something unusual about it. If I put this up into the neck pickup position and take the volume control and roll it all the way off, and it's off, I still have a little bit of sound coming through. Now what that would typically mean is that the potentiometer, the pot, is not shunting all of the signal to ground, which is what would quiet it. But all of the pots are connected to the switch and to the pickups with a continuity of ground that comes all the way through to the jack, through the cable, to the amp, to the wall plug, to the breaker box, and to the ground spike. In the neck pickup position, it still makes sound. If I put this into the middle position and take the bridge pickup and roll it all the way to off, I still get that little bit of sound out of the neck pickup. But if I begin to bring up the bridge pickup, then it takes that sound out. So the strange thing is that the ground is maintained. The way I was testing this was to tap on the pickup with a screwdriver. And as long as something was not going to ground, I would get a signal. But when I brought the bridge pickup volume up, the signal from this went away. It's a little quirk. You play guitar because you want noise to come out of it, so I don't think it's going to bother anybody to have a little bit of sound coming out of it. What would it mean? It would probably mean to really repair the thing, it almost has to be in the potentiometer because the wiring is all consistent and it's perfect. It suggests to me that the potentiometer might have to be replaced, and this is an old-fashioned mini pot, which is what takes these knobs. You're not going to get a modern pot that's going to put the old knobs on it. So then if you're replacing potentiometers, you replace them all, you replace the knobs, there you go. I think you live with it because it's working beautifully. These are just fun. They're fun guitars to play. Comfy, cozy, lightweight. comes in its original case, which is serviceable, but has a little bit of damage at the very end of the headstock. It could probably be taped back together. It's fine the way it is. You'll see it, I think, in pictures on the website. So do check it out. It's at reverb.com, at G's Gear. Probably won't last too long because of the price point on it and the quality of those pickups. But we always have cool guitars there, and we're always adding new stuff to the shop. I will also mention, as I'm trying to remember to do all the time, that we not only buy, restore, and sell vintage instruments, but we also take in repairs for our clientele. So if you have a guitar that's in need of work, neck resets, fret work, wiring harnesses, things of that nature, visit our regular website at gsgear.com, and on the services button you'll get a list of what we offer and what we charge, and maybe we can help you to optimize your instrument. All right, we'll play something to take us out. We'll see you on the flip side. What to do?